Hey guys, today I'm going to be showing you how to use Heroic Launcher to launch some GOG games and install requirements or prerequisites for your games that you may or may not know about, or even how to add them. So wanted to create this little video for you. So I've got my Steam Deck right here. It's a wonderful device, tons of games that are able to be played on a $400 device. It's just incredible. So let's get started. Look it up here. And so here we are on the main page. I've got my installed games here. And so, looking here. Second, let me get my Xbox controller plugged into it. There we go. So, great on deck. You've got just tons of games. This is showing games that I own, and they're verified. They've got this little green checkbox at the bottom. So, just a ton of games out of the box that just play and work on the Steam Deck. You go over here to All Games, and I change my filter. If you go to just Verified Only, look at this. We have several games. Turn off my camera so you can see everything. But wow, just a ton of games that are fully verified and just play right out of the box. You don't have to do any configuring really. You just install them and play. I ended up with the 512 gigabyte device, and it's great. The screen, it doesn't block out reflections as well as I thought it would for the higher price. And I found out that if you get the $60 $400 version, you can spend $60 and get you a 512 gig hard drive to put in there. So no real reason, in my opinion, to get the 512 gigabyte model. You can go cheaper and still get the same benefits. But of my games, 118 are verified to work perfectly. Then verified and playable, we have 305 of my games. So that's a ton. Now that being said, they're playable. That means there may be issues where you have to use a mouse and keyboard to get in. You can use the virtual mouse pad through the trackpad. You can use the virtual keyboard typically to enter information that needs to be entered. And then if you do all games, there's untested and even some that don't run, but I got them to run. So always just test. Obviously no VR games will work, but there's a ton of games that do, and so definitely give it a shot. So for us to get games on here that are not Steam, say GOG or whatever, you need to install the Heroic Game Launcher. And for that, I'm going to go to desktop mode. So what you do is you hit the little Steam button. You go down to Power. Go all the way down to Switch to Desktop. And for this, I highly, highly, highly recommend a keyboard and a mouse. Okay, so once you get to desktop mode, your screen will look something like this. I have changed the resolution just to output to my Elgato capture card. But so what you want to do is you want to go over here to the Discover store. You'll click on that, and up here you want to type Heroic. There's Heroic Game Launcher. You'll hit install. and it will install. Once you have Heroic installed, you can access it with a little start menu here. You can just kind of see the different things we have installed. But I'm going to search for Heroic. There's Heroic Games Launcher. I'm just going to open it up. And I've already linked my account, but if you go over here to Manage Accounts, you can add your Epic Games, you can add your GOG, and so once you add those, you go to your library here. I'm looking at GOG, so you just simply go to an app, for instance Alan Wake here, and you hit install. Tells you how big it is, where it's going to install it, and your wine prefix. I'll get to that in a minute. And you just hit install. Alan Wake may work perfectly, but one game that I've had issues with are the Lego games, because they have prerequisites that you don't really know about. So, for instance, Lego Indiana Jones 2, The Adventure Continues. Once you install it and hit play here, it plays, but it's this crazy rainbow shaped thing that you can't read anything and do anything in it. So if we go down here to Lego Batman's video game, I'm going to click on that. I'm going to hit install. Let's see how big this one is. Alright, 4 gigs, so we're going to go ahead and install it. And I'm going to use the latest GE Proton, or you can do Proton Experimental. So with your Steam Deck, right now Proton 7.0 comes with it, and also Proton Experimental. I'm going to do Experimental. Hopefully that'll work fine. So we'll install it. And I'm not going to make you sit here and watch it, so we're going to let it install. Okay, so we are back. It has finished installing. So I'm simply going to hit play now. And we'll see what happens. Alright, so it did not even run, which could be an issue with the Proton. So I'm going to go over here to settings. I'm going to change it from Proton Experimental down to 726. Back here. Here it comes. Batman's being updated. Since I changed the Proton version, I'll show you how to get the newer Protons. Okay. And nothing. So that did not work. So let's find out, number one, if the game is compatible with Proton. So I'm going to go over here. Alright, so I'm getting a little lag now, which is weird. Let's go to Proton DB. Search for Lego Batman. Let's see what we get. Okay, there's the first one, and it says gold. Save data is deleted. Okay, on Steam Deck having issues. So maybe I need to use the other Proton. So let's try that real quick. And it could be in desktop mode, it does not work. That also is a issue. So, but settings. Change it to 7.04, which is what comes with Steam. Or 7.0. Okay. And that now. Again. Hey, okay, this is looking good. Well, this day is looking good. Cannot get to skip this cutscene or anything, but we'll see. Yeah, it's definitely messed up. We're gonna fix it. Hey, whoa, look at that. There we go. Alt F4 did take care of it. So there's an issue here. It appears that it needs a prerequisite, and typically what I found with these is it's a Directx issue. So how do you install Directx? I'll show you. So what you're going to do, I go back to Firefox. And again, for some reason my mouse is laggy. I want to turn it off and turn it back on. That's a little better. So what you're going to do is you're going to search for Microsoft. Directx 9 runtime. And I like this, or what typically you need is this June 10th version. So you're going to download it. Go to the Microsoft page. Make sure you are going to Microsoft. And it says DirectX in user runtimes June 2010. You'll hit download here. And it will download it. So I have it. I'll close this. See if I can just use the trackpad. Not sure if it's my Elgato making the mouse weird or not, but okay for now. So what you do is you're first going to go back to Heroic, open her up. We're going to go up here, click on Lego Batman. Hey, environments may tell us what we need. That does not say, so that's okay. Okay. Go down to settings. And what we want to do is run an exe on the prefix. And what this does is you're running a Windows game on Linux, and so it is running through Proton. So we're going to click on our runtime right here. We'll select it. It'll pop up. Yes. Browse. Okay, so what I like to do is I like to put it under my documents. And okay, and then you'll type Directx. Okay, so what I do is I go up to my documents right here. And I will type /dx9 redist and hit OK. And it says, hey, it doesn't exist. You want to create it? Of course. And so what this is doing is it's extracting the runtime, but it's not installing the runtime. So now, to complete our process, what I have to do is go to run exe on prefix. And we're going to go to the actual prefix to install it. So we're going to go to home here. Going to go games. I'll go to Heroic. I go Batman here. And we're going to go to, I apologize, we're going to go prefixes first. So go back to Heroic. Go to prefixes. Then Lego Batman. So then we go to Drive C. Go to Users. Go to Deck. Go to Documents. And, oops, let's see. Up one. It's not documents. Well, I guess I went to the wrong place. Let's see something here. Documents. Let's find it here first. It's odd. Prefixes. The Batman. I don't think it's prefix here, but oh yeah. It is, so we go drive C there. Users. Steam users, that makes more sense. Alright, so I apologize for that little detour. But again, run exe on prefix. So you go games, or home, then games. So let's go there, home. I don't know why the mouse is acting so funky, but go get games. Go to heroic. Go down to prefixes. Go to Batman. Go to PFX, that's very important. Then go down to drive C. Go to users, because this is where I saved it. Go to Steam user, my documents, or just documents. And make sure there's not my documents. Yeah, my documents. I think it's a shortcut to documents, but that's okay. And there's our DX9 redist. Go down and find a Directx setup. So it's going to be a start with a D. There she is. So we hit enter on it, and it's going to run. And this is actually installing Directx 9 onto the little Proton prefix. Yeah. Next. And it's installing. There we go, we hit finish. And now it should be done. So let's go back up. Try play now. And let's see what happens. Hopefully it'll work this time. Alright. Good so far. Hey! I don't know if I try to skip it. No, what? Everything's looking good. There we go. So press a key or button. Oh, it's going to ask us to set it up. So I'm using an Xbox One controller. So it's not detecting things, so that is another issue. I'm going to have to use the keyboard, it looks like. Ah, there we go. So yes, if you use your keyboard to choose it and then press enter, down good. Tag, I'm not sure that is probably why. Special, I'm going to make it B. Down of course is A. X will be action. I'm going to do toggle down with my left bumper. Right bumper. Start pause will be the start button. And left. Right stick for that. Okay. Alright. And now let's use the D-pad for up, down, left, right. Up. Down, left. And I still can't use the keyboard. I still have to use the keyboard. But we're going to hit accept. Hey, it worked. Alright, so we're just going to see if we can play real quick. Okay, good. I can skip the cutscene. Get rid of the action. Let's go. Alright. So here we go. Cool. Okay. So that's how you get working. So hopefully this is helpful to you. And I'm going to quit. And then we're going to show you one more little trick. Official. But yes. I don't know it at this time. Alright, so let me show you something cool with Heroic. So what you're going to do is you're going to go up here to Tools, go to Add to Steam. So click on that, and it does this little thing. Added to Steam, spectacular. So I'm going to close it here. Go back to game mode. Here we go. Back. Verifying installation. There we go. Back in there. Alright, so what we're going to do is hit our little Steam button, go to library, and so if you go all the way to non-Steam, and let's see, there it is, Lego Batman. So when you add it to Steam, it does the banner art for you, it does the little icon for you, And you can hit play here. And okay, that's nice. That's telling me what to do. Okay. I've not played with a controller before on my Steam Deck in game mode. Here we go. It just does the Steam logo. Starts the game. Alright, good. I can skip it with a controller. That's great. Alright, so here we go. Hit buttons. There we go. Just want to get back into it as fast as possible. There we are. They're playing the game. Alright, so that's my little tutorial. I hope this has been helpful. If you want more information, you can check out Monroe World's video. I'm going to put a link to it in the show notes. He does a great explanation on Proton, what it is and how it works and all that. Highly recommend you check it out. It's so informative. So check it out. And he also did a video on installing tricky non-Steam games. He does not use Heroic Launcher, but this his video inspired my video. So go check that out. I'll put a link to both of those videos in my notes. So have a great day and game on.